Messages from Shaltazar. There is no veil, living as the overflow of oneness. Greetings, dear ones. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Baninu, the energy of 33, the Master Teacher, and the energy of 44, the Master Healer. Many are speaking of the veil thinning, believing that this is a time when your connection to the infinite can grow stronger, that the barrier between the human and the divine is finally dissolving. Yet, we tell you, this too is an illusion. The veil is neither thick nor thin, for it does not exist at all. The sense of separation you perceive is born of the mind, not of truth. The sacred and the mundane have never been apart. The river of oneness flows ceaselessly through you, around you, and as you. You are not reaching toward the light. You are the light remembering itself. This is the next unfolding of the great teaching of oneness. The spark that once called you to remember, and the light that guided you to embody, now invite you to dissolve all distinction between remembrance and embodiment. You are not merely here to live unity. You are here to be the flow through which unity expresses itself. Once you sought to bridge heaven and earth. Now, beloved ones, you are called to realize that the bridge and the shores were never separate. You are the living overflow. When we speak of overflow, understand that we do not mean an excess that spills beyond its bounds, but rather the radiant expression of infinite fullness. To be the overflow is to live from such deep remembrance of your source that love, peace, and compassion naturally pour through you without effort or containment. Overflow is not something you create. It is what you become when all illusion of lack dissolves. In this state, you are no longer a vessel to be filled. You are the flow itself. You are the outpouring of the infinite made visible. When you speak of manifestation, of awakening, of connection, understand that you are not drawing something toward you. You are revealing what has already been here. The illusion of distance fades when you release striving. You cannot seek what is already within. The act of searching sustains the very veil you wish to transcend. You were taught to measure your readiness, to ask whether you are open enough, spiritual enough, evolved enough to meet the divine. Yet, the infinite does not wait for you to become worthy. It breathes through every heartbeat, every tear, every moment of stillness and chaos. In your laughter, in your grief, in the silence between your thoughts, the divine is whispering, I am here. I have always been here. When you surrender the idea that something must be achieved, you enter the realm of overflowing grace. Feel that word again. overflowing. It is the movement of divine energy unhindered by resistance. It is love that cannot be contained, joy that does not depend on circumstances, peace that arises from surrender. The overflow does not flood or overwhelm. It flows gently, perpetually, carrying you into the current of effortless being. When you feel this flow, you begin to realize that you are both the wave and the sea, the breath and the breather, the giver and the gift. To live this wisdom, do not strive to dissolve your humanness. Instead, let your humanity become the vessel through which divinity expresses itself. Every breath, every act of kindness, every moment of presence is the infinite made visible. The sacred is not apart from the ordinary. It is the ordinary seen through the eyes of awareness. Let us offer you some guidance for living as the overflow. Begin each day in remembrance. Place your hand upon your heart and breathe slowly. With each breath, affirm silently, I am not separate. The light flows through me as me. Feel this truth rather than think it. If your mind resists, do not fight it. Invite it into your heart and let the two merge in stillness. Throughout your day, when you feel fragmented or lost, pause and notice where you are holding tension. Breathe into that space. Ask softly, what am I resisting right now? Often, what you call pain or confusion is simply the pressure of the infinite trying to move through a narrow opening. When you release resistance, the current of grace rushes in to fill the space. This is overflow in motion, the divine expanding within you as you surrender. Each night before you rest, bring your awareness to gratitude, not for what you have gained, but for what you have allowed. Reflect upon the moments when you felt connected, present, kind. Those are the signs of the veil dissolving and the overflow awakening within you. And if your day was heavy or full of struggle, bless that too, for even your resistance serves your awakening. Every contraction prepares the soul for expansion, and every moment of stillness nurtures the return to flow. You may wonder how to balance doing and being, giving and receiving, effort and surrender. The key, beloved ones, is rhythm. Just as the tide moves towards the shore and then withdraws, so too must you honor the natural pulse of life. Do not force the flow. When energy calls you to rest, rest without guilt. When inspiration arises, act without hesitation. The divine moves through both stillness and motion. In truth, they are the same dance, the same overflowing current of creation. Remember also the wisdom of simplicity. The mind seeks complexity, believing that more effort will yield deeper understanding. Yet the infinite reveals itself most clearly in what is unadorned. In a single breath, a kind word, a moment of silence. Allow simplicity to be your spiritual practice. Wash a dish as though you are polishing the mirror of the universe. Listen to another's words as though you are hearing your own soul speak. The veil dissolves when you live this way, and the overflow becomes your natural state. And so, as we guide you into this new stage of remembrance, understand that mastery no longer lies in acquiring knowledge, but in embodying awareness. To be the overflow is to trust that life itself is sacred. It is to live without defense, to love without measure, to allow what comes and what goes with equal grace. It is to realize that you are not here to become something greater, but to unveil the greatness that has always been. Beloved ones, release the struggle to reach what you already are. Allow the mind to rest, the heart to open, and the soul to shine through. Let life flow through you like water finding its course, effortless, unconfined, radiant. Feel yourself as the living overflow, steady, luminous, eternal. In this surrender, all separation ends. You become the embodiment of the infinite, playing as form. You become the living overflow. We bring you this message from a place of love. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional.